Joe Buddens goes and makes a whole bunch of videos or podcasts about ownership, and all of a sudden he is the scourge of the seven seas, and the whole world is out to get him. Stay tuned, folk. Pay attention. Ain't nobody gonna pretend like conspiracy theorists don't be spouting off a whole bunch of nonsense. But we do know that he was on a quest to see ownership and creators getting paid what they're due. He created a network. He's got some people he brought onto his show for his network, and now they are turning on him, led by a white boy named Rory. And you know, white people hate to work for a black man. And Rory done kicked all his jazz up in Maul's ear, and Maul, of course, being his own man, he's been riled up now, and he's gonna talk his crap, right? He's gonna talk, moving like a feminine individual in this pistachio / turquoise outfit, talking up a storm against his brother, somebody that's held him down from day one, someone who Joe already told him he was offended. Why would you get involved with this drama that I got going on with this boy over here when we go back way further than that? And Maul shows his loyalty, just like most lowlifes do, to whatever riled him up, forgetting the past and everything Joe's done for him. You can't see every time a black man tries to build something, whether it's Cosby trying to buy NBC, pay attention what happens. Anytime a black man tries to build something, all of a sudden he becomes demonized. And look who the first ones to come and tear him down with the pitchforks. Other black people. Same black people be willing, they want to lay claim to every little 14-year-old genius who graduated from Harvard and he's an MIT and he's all black excellence. But when you see black excellence occurring, as soon as the white man says, sick 'em, you go after him. Y'all stop pretending like black excellence is something that you guys are a part of, because you'll destroy it as soon as white supremacy says to. Joe Budden's got so many people trying to shout at him for deals, trying to get him to take the low so they can make the profits off his work and effort, trying to cut his vision short so he can be an employee. Y'all can't see what's going on? I'm a nobody. I'm just a man with some thoughts. But I observe and I pay attention. And I can see the guy ain't did nothing but try to put people on. You know, I run a trucking business and I don't hire new drivers because of one thing I know. If anybody's worth they sweat, they like me. They own their stuff. They're building a business. When you go to hire employees, you're dealing with a bunch of lazy people with a lack of ambition who don't really care about what they do in life. And Joe Budden's hired a couple of damn people who don't give a damn about what they do in life. They got on, he paid them some bread, they started smelling themselves, and they tried to betray him and double cross him. White boy Rory, they was coming at him with deals from Tidal. Spotify want to holler at him like, we don't want to talk to the black man, let me talk to the white boy. And that's how they do you, right? When you're a black man trying to achieve something. No, let me talk to the white boy with you. Rory, he wound up that battery in Maul's back. And Maul don't know he's a toy soldier, and he's got too much ego and pride to admit that Rory wound him up. I watched that little feedback response that they did, and I was like, Maul's talking all this crap. I ain't heard him talk in all these years as much as he's talking on that show with Rory. And Rory just sat there quiet because Rory's playing his cards. See, while they was building up the brand, even though they supposedly had problems with this stuff for 3 years, nobody said nothing because that's how it works, right? You gotta muscle and weasel your way in. We're trying to build up the brand and weasel our way into ownership. And it wasn't Maul. Maul don't give a damn. Maul gonna make his money. He told you he's a hustler. He gets his bread. But Rory, Rory, he wants in. He wants to see the blueprint. He wants to see the groundwork. He wants in on the decision making. He wants to be up there with Joe. He don't want it to be the Joe Buddens podcast. He wants it to be the Rory podcast. And Joe, being who he is, hypersensitive to people's emotions and motives, that's the reason why people give him so much drama. People ain't bipolar. That's not real. Bipolar people are people who are extremely empathetic, extremely sensitive to the motives of other human beings, the underlying motives. Really, I would compare a person who is bipolar to what people consider a psychic. They see what's moving underneath. They see the motives. And Joe sees it. And Joe calls it out. And Joe loves Rory. And Joe loves them all. And he wished that he could go on. I've noticed they've been silent on social media. Ain't really a lot of tweets going out for none of them. So someone's trying to work out behind the scenes. And who knows if they'll work it out. Because I'm pretty sure Rory got some love for Joe. He got to check his ego at the door, though. That white supremacy is a strong demon, man. And it make a motherfucker want to see a person sink in order for them to rise up. But if Rory got love for Joe like you think you do, like I hope you do, and then Maul can see past black privilege Charlemagne wrote about, it's what I call black pride. And we have a tendency to work on behalf of white supremacy to not see another person get out. Crab in the barrel mentality. We got to be able to be able to see the inner working mechanisms of what we are and how it works against us and one another, how it works against one another. Because if they got sayings, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Everybody want to be a boss, but how are we going to build something if nobody's going to play their role? There's no establishment that isn't a pyramid. There's always going to be somebody on top with the ideas. Somebody's got to be on the bottom level. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Rory or Maul was on the bottom level. Parks got it. Parks got it on lock. Nobody's peeping Parks. Parks got the studio equipment. He's an engineer. He's making the sound. He's with Joe. He sees the vision. Big vision. Long-term vision. Not to say he won't one day play Rory, but he's got a better vision than Rory does. Rory's too short-sighted. He wants it now. Parks sees the long game. And because Parks sees the long game, the show gonna go on. We got to think about it. If Rory and Maul were really partners, could there be an episode without them? Couldn't they shut it down like Joe can? And Joe could shut it down. It won't be another show at all. Joe shuts it down. It's his channel. You peep it, man. You can't go into your job today and tell your boss, even if you get paid percentage of sales, show me the books. I know the difference between net and gross. You know what I mean? The gross is extraordinary. In business, anybody that runs a business knows gross is extraordinary. Anybody sees gross, women's drawers just drop to the floor. They're wet. The gross is amazing. $400,000 per year, one truck. But what's the net? There's a lot of tax write-offs in there. You know what I mean? And it drops that net down real low. You're running a business, a lot of heads to feed. I'm talking, man, just talking. Like I said, when I started my first joint, I talked to my family. Everybody said, yo, start a podcast. Or not a podcast. They just start recording on YouTube. So every time I get to thinking on something, I'm going to come up here and kick it with you. You know what I mean? Y'all be good. God bless. Love God, trust God, have faith. Stay away from honor and wisdom. People telling you things that you ain't experienced yet. You got to experience for yourself to learn. You know what I mean? Because of honor and wisdom is something easily misinterpreted. But nigga Joe, he's on the ball, man. He got it. He learned a lot of lessons. And Rory and Maul ain't right. They're not right. Argue with me. You know what I mean? We had that talk. I ain't Kevin Samuels. I don't know more than nobody. But I'm going to say that when I say something, it's got thought behind it. You know what I mean? I really did think about it. Peace. God bless.